People say you're being lazy if you pray lying down. Some churches even teach it's disrespectful. They make it sound like God only listens when your posture is perfect, as if heaven has a checklist. But what if I told you that one of the most powerful prayers in the Bible happened lying down? And the person praying couldn't even sit up. They didn't kneel. They didn't stand. They just lay there, weak and afraid, facing death. And God answered instantly. Here's the truth almost nobody talks about. God doesn't care about your posture. He cares about your heart. People may judge you for how you pray. Religious traditions may try to shape it. But Scripture shows something entirely different. God responds to honesty, not choreography, not appearance. Look at King Hezekiah. He was dying, barely breathing. His strength was gone. The room felt heavy with sickness. And Isaiah brought the worst news imaginable. Put your house in order. You're going to die. You will not recover. Imagine hearing that. Imagine knowing your time is up. No hope. No second chance. But 2 Kings 20 verse 2 says Hezekiah turned his face to the wall. He didn't get out of bed. He simply prayed where he lay. No kneeling, no dramatic gesture. Just a whisper only God could hear. And before Isaiah left the palace grounds, God stopped him. Go back. Tell Hezekiah I've heard his prayer. I'm adding 15 more years to his life. That moment destroys the idea that posture controls prayer. God responds to the heart. Now think about Jacob. At the end of his life, he was fragile, too weak to stand straight. Genesis 47 says he worshipped leaning on his staff. He didn't look strong. But God accepted his worship fully. Because God isn't looking at your spine. He's looking at your spirit. Prayer is about connection, not perfection. If we're honest, we often pray lying down. When we're tired. When we're overwhelmed. When it's 2 a.m. and our mind won't stop. When our heart feels heavy. And when our body can't go any further. Those moments aren't weak. They're real. They're unfiltered. That's where masks fall off. That's where true prayer begins. That's where God meets you. David understood this. On my bed, I remember you, he wrote. He prayed from a place of rest, not on his knees, not standing tall, but in vulnerability. The Pharisees loved performance. They stood tall and prayed loud, just to be seen. Jesus called them out in Matthew 6:5. He wasn't correcting posture. He was correcting motives. Prayer isn't a show. It's intimacy. It's honesty. Psalm 4:4 even instructs prayer in bed. When you are on your beds, search your hearts and be silent. God literally invites prayer from bed. It's not laziness. It's biblical. Look at Hannah. She was exhausted and broken, barely able to speak. Her lips moved, but no sound came out. Eli thought she was drunk. But God saw her heart. And God answered her with Samuel, one of Israel's greatest prophets, born from a quiet, trembling prayer. So what happens when you pray lying down? The same thing that happens when you pray standing. God hears you. Every posture is welcome. Every moment is holy, if the heart is sincere. Paul said, pray without ceasing. That means prayer is not a location, it's a lifestyle. You can't kneel all day. You can't stand all day. But you can talk to God all day. While cooking, while driving, while lying in bed. Weakness often brings the most honest prayers, because weakness removes performance. It strips away pretense. Weakness leaves only truth, and truth moves God's heart. Romans 8:26 says the Spirit helps us in our weakness, not in our polished moments, not in perfect posture, but in weakness. God knows when you're exhausted. He knows when you're hurting. He knows when kneeling is impossible, and He meets you there, right there, exactly as you are. Posture only matters when it helps you focus. Some kneel to focus. Some walk. Some lie down because their bodies demand it. None of those positions change how clearly God hears you. Heaven has never been posture dependent. God heard Jonah from inside a fish. He heard Peter sinking in the water. He heard the thief on the cross who couldn't move. He hears you too. Even when you're lying under a blanket at 3 a.m., with tears on your pillow. Maybe you work nights. Maybe exhaustion hits before you can kneel. Maybe chronic pain limits your body. God isn't offended. He isn't disappointed. He's near. Some of the most powerful prayers ever prayed came from people too weak to sit up. Because intimacy grows where performance dies. Paul learned this deeply. "My power is made perfect in weakness," God said. Weakness attracts grace. Religion tells you how to pray. Relationship tells you simply to pray. Jesus came to give you access. Anytime, anywhere, any condition. So hear this clearly. The next time you're lying awake at 3 a.m., don't feel guilty for praying there. When you're sick and can't move, pray where you are. God hears you. When your heart is heavy and your strength is gone, pray from your pillow. God isn't checking posture. He's checking your pulse. He's checking your honesty. Hezekiah prayed lying down, and he received 15 more years. Your breakthrough might come the same way. Your peace might come. Your clarity might come. Your answer might come in stillness. Don't let anyone tell you your prayer is less valid. Not because of posture. Not because of position. If your heart is sincere, God hears you every time. Standing, kneeling, walking, or lying flat on your back. So let me ask you something. What's the most unexpected place you've ever prayed and seen God answer? In traffic? At work? In the shower? Half asleep in bed? Share your story in the comments. You might encourage someone else. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to Beyond Genesis. Share this with someone who needs solid, biblical insight in their daily walk. God bless you.